Hello, everyone, and welcome to Short Rest for Trials of VinTear episode 33. I almost forgot the number.
Boy, I gave you the cliff notes every
I know.
It's been 33 episodes of this, and nothing has changed. Do you expect anything different?
There's a
Literally,
pattern.
before we start the stream, it's like bold in Discord and it says episode recording episode 33. And Mike's
I'm gonna teach Amber how to do headers in Discord just so it's yelling at me.
I don't think that would help.
You have to read
No.
more.
I don't think that's gonna help.
Absolutely not. I'm
Me
always
throwing
flying
the
by the seat of my
chancla with
pants.
the session at the bottom of the shoe might.
You see, and this is how I know Amber's insane.
Mm-hmm.
No offense, Amber.
Oh, because of who
I'm
I
about to
married?
get. No, well, that, but more. It's more of like doing the same things and expecting a different result.
So you guys went into a prison today.
No, I've tried it various different ways, but yes, sanity is lacking.
I was so excited for someone to try to resist that sleep. I was biting by the. I was like, oh my god, I can't wait for someone.
I feel like you're trying to bait me, Mike, now, because I was all like, I kind of want to resist, but just why I rolled, and I was just like, odds are evens. It was even, so no resistance.
I told you no.
I was like, oh, I can't wait for them to do it, and I can describe. Well, because it's not. I don't believe it's going to come up anytime soon, or it's going to have much relevancy because I don't. In game, I don't see reason for you guys to go back to the prison unless you guys are sent to the prison. Here's hoping it doesn't happen. But
I just forgot. Did we all do a check of our possessions?
Well, they said they were gonna take our possessions, so we're good.
Yeah. So did we do a check when we got them back?
don't think so.
Well,
You
we'll
got zero
notice
money.
in the fight if we don't got it, right?
God damn it!
I have like 3 or 4 important items. If those are missing, then we'll circle back.
And if they're missing, we're going back to the prison.
Yeah.
Hey, what the fuck? Just the whole thing yelling it.
It's this classic, the classic tale of Moors, the great hero charging into battle after leaving a prison where they took his hammer, his only weapon. He's like, oh, I'm charging into battle. Time to pull out my hat.
You just feel a little bit of an insect.
Why am I a
It's
little
like,
lighter? Oh, crap.
Oh, no.
Hag. I replaced my weapon with a hag.
So the save, if you wanted to resist, was a 25.
Oh,
It has to be high because it's a
Yeah.
prison holding murderers and other
Yeah.
things that are kind of unsavory. The latch was just for a display. It didn't open anything. It simply was just to have you guys look at the light and see like, oh, it's growing in Arcane illusion. That must be it's opening something and it's gonna make me fall asleep. No, there was an illusionary wall close by that they were going to. Basically, several guards grabbed your arms and legs and dragged you into, or not dragged you, but lifted you up and moved you past this interdimensional room that had 2 pairs of eyes, so 4 eyes in total, both on opposite ends, of this feminine large faces that were about maybe 25 feet, just the faces alone, as 2 gigantic sphinxes would have been overlooking your bodies to ensure that there was nothing nefarious as you were led out into the other side. All the while, anytime the creatures, these sphinxes were to like fully activate and look, people would have inflicted a migraine, which would have lasted until a long rest, which I would have given you disadvantage on all charisma and intelligence checks.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Someone that gets
no.
migraines.
You also have disadvantage on initiative rolls as you're not as quick. It's like, all right, here, we're going. Everyone's ever had a migraine. It's the worst. That's just for looking at them. What was that?
so you said it was 25, but was it con?
Wisdom save.
Wisdom.
Oh yeah, there was no way in hell I was gonna make that.
This crew, I think besides Phoenix, is not very wisdom high.
I think
Wisdom
Morris
heavy.
has got a high save, no?
Yeah, speak for yourself, buddy.
You don't?
I do.
Oh, okay.
He said with the exception, was it Phoenix? With the exception of Phoenix? No. Speak for yourself.
What is your save? What is your wisdom
I
save?
think his is higher than mine.
What's your save?
Your wisdom
Mine's
save.
only a +3.
Oh yeah, I'm a +4.
Oh,
Yeah, I was like, he's one
okay.
higher than me.
Well, Looks all
Try
Secret.
a
here.
-1. -1, maybe?
Negative.
It's my
It was
insight
-1, and then I boosted it up to a 0.
Yeah, it's the insight
go.
that's crazy high. That's like a +6.
That's gonna help out when like proficiencies start coming up, and we'll have more options to do things.
Expertise, baby. Let's go.
I really wanted to take your hand too, Diva. I just wanted to snap it. That was the whole point. Is I wanted to snap it off.
I felt like that entire entry prison experiment. Wow, words. Was just Mike, like, come on, you won't do it.
A lot of it
Literally, I'm
was.
like, I was being baited, wasn't I? It's like we now talked about divas. It's purely of curiosity of like, sure, why not? That's why I'm like, I'm feeling so baited right now.
I know.
Hey, legit. Did anyone else get that scene from like Mad Max? Where like, that's a trap.
Yeah. But it was like anytime Mike spoke, I was like, that's a trap. Like, oh, she has her back turned doing this thing. What are you guys doing? Nothing.
Yeah.
We're doing nothing.
It was twofold.
Away, not today.
It was like one fold. I wanted you guys to have some role, like if there was anything you wanted to prep or anything you need to say prior going further in, this would have been the time to do so. The other one was, are you guys going to talk to someone, touch something? And it was like I was trying to subdue the smile of this is a prison meant for, it's a high max prison. It's meant to hold people.
Mike, you were doing like the Matthew Mercer on the carousel where he's got the statue.
Yeah.
Going like this. That was you to Temple's character.
Full disclosure, I didn't play it. I did play it in the past, but I was rewatching a playthrough of Riddick and Butcher Bay, which is a very old Xbox game, where you are led through a supermax prison. I went, that's my prison. So some of it was molded around that concept.
I had a thought before we ever went into the prison, thinking like, what are possible ways that Mike could bait me into doing something? And then the thought crossed my mind. Oh, there's a nefarious necromancer here. Ooh, Moore's senses are tingling, and then his hammer's like starting to really like light up, like it's go time. But then I said, no, he's already in prison. Justice has been served.
Yeah. Besides, you guys went to kind of the more laxed individuals at the second tower. You weren't brought to the third tower where a lot of those like necromancers and serial killers
Like a supermax would be.
Yeah.
Nope. Oh, I'm already in prison. They're already... Justice has been served. I need not interfere lest I break the law myself.
Good thing you guys had a guard friendly, or at least an acquaintance in backstory for like Legati. The fact that Jules was like, I know you. You're a troublemaker. You were a troublemaker. You're definitely older now, but I still don't know if you're still that same troublemaker. So she was like, we did write in that the reason why she would let you go or you didn't get like a full sentence was, one, you were young, and two, your dad usually smoothed things over. I was re-looking over your backstory and I was like, okay, then there's probably some respect. Like, I understand that you're still a smart, skinny individual who I don't trust. You're like an annoying little splinter who I don't trust. But we have a good relationship, me and your dad.
Yeah, and it's, I was always just exploring, right? On the long list of crimes that she encounters. It's like, how bad is that really?
Yeah.
Right? I just wanted to go look at the place, and people said I wasn't supposed to, but I kind of just wanted to go look at it. It's playful almost, right?
Yeah. That's the way I took it, was that it was like that old saying of like, boys will be boys. It's like, I guess it's not that bad, but it is a crime. Don't go into Jordan Kim without permission, please.
Surely
Yeah,
that
well, we
sign does
fixed
not
that now.
apply to me.
Yeah, let's fix that
Yeah.
now.
What is trespassing?
Come on.
Yeah,
It's for other people.
I will flag too about Legati, being curious and everything, and not resisting the going to sleep thing. I mean, part of it was I do not want it. Like, he really hated the last time we were in jail. It's very boring, and it's like he can't go see new stuff, and he doesn't want to have to break out of a supermax prison. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna, just be cool and be chill and follow the rules. But also for me as a player, Mike, are you familiar with the Stephen King short story The Jaunt?
No.
It's a pretty famous short story. It's about a future where they have faster than light travel. And I'm going to spoil it for anybody who doesn't know, but it's been dissected a bunch.
Spoiler for God knows how old Stephen King novel.
Yeah, it's from the...
I'm spoiling the Titanic. It was a real thing.
In The Jaunt, it discusses like the development of faster than light travel, and you get put to sleep to go through it before they like teleport you, or you go through the portal or whatever. They put you unconscious, and one character in it resists the sleeping gas and stays awake, and because of relativity, your mind experiences like billions and billions of years in the split second of travel, and so comes out completely insane. So with that in mind, I was like, I don't think this is a reference to The Jaunt, but probably just better to just go to sleep. I don't need to have my mind broken.
That's such a Stephen King trope, though, because he does that in The Langoliers, if I'm not mistaken. Like when spoilers for that novella / movie. When they're on the plane, they have to kind of get through the sky-eating monsters. They kind of have to go to sleep to get past it.
Yes,
like,
they
that's
can't
a
be
Stephen
awake,
King
yes.
trope.
Yeah, because they're eating time, right? I think that was the point of like
Yeah.
I saw that.
They
I
eat
saw
like
that.
yesterday or something like that.
I read the novella like ages ago, so I'm like pulling from years old memory.
There's
So-
for teleportation. There's this comic, sort of this webcomic that it's like this cutesy anime thing. Like it doesn't look like it would be horrifying, and it's only like 8 panels. And the last one it sort of got me, where the idea is that you are like these 2 anime girls are like we're gonna go to Paris, and they have this new teleportation thing. It'd be great. We're gonna go to Paris. It'd be fun. And it comes to learn that they can't teleport you. The only thing they can do is they can copy your biomass and who you are as a person, and then reconstruct you over where you need to be, and then they have to disintegrate the original so that way there's not 2 of you roaming around. And it's like, oh, and the friend does it, and you follow the person who says, no, I can't, that sounds too freaky. And it's like, but you're not really you. And it's like, no, it's fine. We do it all the time. You just have to give them like your possessions, and they will just hand you new ones over there, and they'll hold your ones over here. And it's like, screw that. Teleportation is scary if you think about it. Let's see. So you guys talk to Volred and let you know. I was actually holding on to this. I was like, I'm going to keep this secret. But you guys were asking a lot of questions. And I was like, I guess this would make sense that he would know this much of one of the main leaders, Barnabas St. Clair, who is the father to Chapel St. Clair, which is the green mint tiefling that you guys fought.
I'm on team. We can recruit Wakia and Chapel. I don't know how.
Chapel for sure, because I was like, oh, he seems like a timid little boy. I feel like we could get him to come over here. Come on, I have a cookie. Let's go.
I think if we get one, we'll get the other.
I don't feel like she cares enough about him.
But they'll be the last forward guard, you know? And like neither of them are as effective on their own as they are as a pair. So
bro, she's pretty effective.
Beyond Cooley, they are the newest members of the forward guard, because both Boris and Linda are the old hats, the ones that have been there for the longest.
I couldn't remember the guy's name. I always remembered Linda.
Yeah.
And the other ones fled, right? They fled to the Unity?
Yeah, the Boris Cooley and Linda
fled.
have gone to the Unity on on whatever mission they have over there.
I think we can get them. I think we can be our friends.
Would it be complicated? I mean, again, I'm not saying no. I think it's a brilliant idea. Definitely would love to build in some opportunity for that to happen. Do you think the connection that Chapel's father is one of the heads of the forward guard a problem, or is that like we don't? I mean, again, you guys don't know the full connection, how he got abducted,
know what the
or what
full
he knows.
problem is. To be fair,
Yeah.
Yeah, like is Chapel in this of his own will, or did Dad say you have to?
I can
feel
totally
like
see
learning
Dad
that.
saying like, "Daddy said you're going to do this."
yeah,
Right.
for like to
So,
make me
depending on
look
that.
good.
Look, my own son is part of the forward guard.
Yeah, because he did not look like
Exactly.
he wanted to be there. Like he was capable,
possible.
but he was like, I hate this.
he is a timid folk. So you learned that much. You also learned of the entrance beyond or behind the alleyway. You bouncing? Yeah, he's dancing.
Watch me dance.
He hit that stage where he's like, "Look at me jump! Look, are you seeing me jump?" That stage.
As long as we're not tackling anybody, we're good.
So yeah, you guys did that. You also learned the secret entrance into the Potter's Guild, which is behind the what is that, the archive?
Oh,
Yeah,
the Merchant's Archive. Yeah, I wrote that down.
I went on Google and I typed in, "What's the most boring building you can I can find?" And for some reason, Google was like some of these publicated articles are like a library, and I'm like, no, libraries are great. And it's like government buildings, and I'm like, probably. What old government buildings are probably the most boring places? And I found one that was like an archive. It was just nothing but books, and I was like not even fun stories. It's just like, on date this, we brought in 30 gold. On date this, we purchased silk. On date, it's like, oh, I hate this. It's the worst.
Call back to Mazda, Mike. You like to make boring buildings into something way worse.
I do.
Like,
I like
the
the
USPS essentially was, a bunch of dead caskets and
God.
Oliver's freaking craziness with vampires.
I just have
or whatever.
PTSD to that freaking
Well,
building.
he did that. I like. Oh, what's up?
Oh, sorry. Vorad said something about like the Potter's Guild was started over a destroyed magnum opus.
Yeah, I wrote that down.
Yes. He knows a little of. He knows the bare basics of like the reason that the Potter's Guild exists in the first place. There was some mention of a magnum opus from one of the founders that was ruined due to a fight. Considering the fact that they want to manage adventures, you can assume that it was probably because of maybe some adventuring group in the past. There always has to be a spark. I was like, what would be the spark? It would probably be that. You just don't have the full details. And then you guys got out. No problem. Nothing wrong. Except, we had Prey Mother Lysander waiting for you all.
That's fine.
That's fine.
It's contagious. It's fine. It hasn't become a problem immediately, so it's fine.
I was like,
Seems
she's
like
not
we
going
left
to
the city
guard
just in time.
because what she was doing was sus as hell.
They
I'm
were
like,
following you for a bit, and then you guys decided to go on a boat quickly. You guys didn't stay too long at the shore and just took the first boat. If you guys took any longer, I would have had like some clues that you were being watched. But you were like, no, we'll take this rickety boat. Let's go.
Well, I'm like, you were saying negotiate for a boat. I'm like, no, we can find a boat. I trust Arrow. We can do this.
But it was I who rowed the boat.
Yeah, we were like, Mars, row faster.
And I already got two of you on my tab.
Two is unreasonable.
I need two big
Perfectly
drinks.
reasonable.
I mean, is it a tab if she just promised you a very, very large ale?
No, that's Phoenix. I got Arrow for
No,
two.
you got Arrow's tab.
I like the verbiage of, I would like a big ale, please.
I think this was said in Mostad too, as Rolly having like a big ale.
I want a big ale.
I would like the biggest ale you have. Wait a second. I fear that what you heard was I want something big. What I want is the biggest ale you have.
What I
think the
want is a
response-
keg with a handle on
Yeah,
it.
the response you would get is, sir, ale can't be big. You're talking about the biggest cup, right? You're talking about like the biggest drinking implement.
That actually beats what I thought you were gonna say.
Oh,
I thought you were gonna say, "Sir, this is a Wendy's."
this is an Arby's. Get out, please. But yeah, you guys noped out of that. Totally fine. I definitely didn't build a shoreline fight scene just in case that was going to occur. You guys could totally confronted her. That would have been an option. But you guys went off in the opposite direction. Saw Mitsumina, who to Nick's point, it would be great to have extra help. Nope.
Doesn't seem like the extra help type.
The DM was like, I ain't giving you that.
Well, if Moore runs up in the front of the fight and is getting hit, any chance might hurt the moth and give her a reason? I don't know.
She'd probably bury into Moore's back.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh,
All right,
Just gonna use
please,
him
no,
as a meat
And then the
no,
moth just flies away.
no.
Why am I here?
Just to suffer. I'm here just to suffer, ain't I?
Yeah.
I had to, when I was building this, what would happen when you guys traveled with her? I was like, there was two options. Either she became a teeny little moth that can hang into someone's pocket, or something scary. And I was like, I want this woman to be freaky, weird. Yeah, she's a forearm-sized moth who's just hanging out in your back.
No thanks.
No.
Now
No.
you have permanent featherfall.
Yeah, but I also have this thing on my back.
God, he's gonna ask her how she turned into.
It's pretty
And-
cool.
And that's even worse. Now the guy's gonna be asking questions to it all the time, and I'm just gonna be like, "Look, honey, it's 3 a.m. Let me go to sleep."
He's just talking to the hump on your back.
Jesus,
wanna
I'm
be a
trying to
bug.
go to sleep.
Jorgen Kilm, from the list I gave you for Legati was, he's aware that there are giant insects in Jorgen Kilm. It's not a fun place.
Like the bone eater giant size, or a
Yeah.
wee bit smaller. Oh, fun! Didn't even have to travel that far to go home.
I make creatures and monsters that scare me. I think about it, I go, I don't want to deal with that. And then I make a monster about it, and I'm like, cool. I've made so many spider creatures where I'm like, that I am projecting.
Yeah, we know. Quinn hated spiders.
Yeah. I've had my start playing crew tell me, like, why are there so many spider creatures? I'm like, it's my fear, and now you get to live it. I don't like spiders. You fight them now. But yeah, and now you're in the midst of fighting with a couple of Cyclops, which I don't think Cyclops should be used way more. I'm upset I don't see him on a lot more like actual plays. Man, you are just full of energy, my guy.
I know, I just see the hopping little body.
Yeah.
And now everyone can see why we all have PTSD from Mike sessions.
Yeah.
It wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't so bad yet.
Yet.
You know,
It's fine.
you said it wasn't so bad, but everyone here swallowed when I mentioned the 15-foot by 25-foot sea creature in the lake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Some of
I
it.
was like, did he like summon a red mob? But I don't think they were that big.
Plus, red maw would be salt water. This would be a fresh water, so God
Yeah.
knows what this is.
Bro, it was a fish
look.
with arms. I don't know what kind of water it.
What Titan?
It's fine. It's fine. It
back.
didn't bother us.
It didn't bother us yet.
Yet.
We're not on it anymore. We don't need to take that. Like,
No!
ride
Now we
over
have the
home.
great Cyclops that thinks we killed its brother!
Yeah.
That's less fine, but manageable.
Yeah, Mitsumina decided to kill a Cyclops because it was bothering her.
That's fair. No judgment.
I mean, I would say it's fair. She would come out and help us, deal with its family.
Yeah.
Be like, you have to
no.
give it a notice of something. Sorry, I
Well,
killed
you
your
could've
brother.
warned us.
Here's, I don't know, a finger.
And now that you were in the fight here, this will be fun. I also, did anyone see the rocks and were like, those are movable? I wanted to keep that secret, but I think it was hard to not make it blend in.
No, it was good. I saw one because it like showed up on the initiative, and I was like, "What is this rock next to us on the party going to do? Is this rock coming alive?"
Golem.
There's only the one, so I didn't see the other ones.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's going to be it for today's short rest as this one is bouncing around. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll check you guys next time. Bye.